Quest for Tech, where every day is a quest to find the newest technology in video games.
With us being a new channel, we really appreciate your support. So do us a favor and like, subscribe, share, and comment below. And here we go.
Hey friends, welcome to Quest for Tech. Before we get started, if you can do us a huge favor and subscribe to the channel to help us grow and for your chance to win a $20 Best Buy gift card. As soon as we reach 1,000, we'll start giving them away. So let's jump right into it. The Galaxy S21 Ultra is Samsung's latest flagship smartphone. Does it live up to the hype? And is it worth an upgrade? Let's find out. So first, let's check out the design. So this year, Samsung has done a really good job designing the S21 series. As you can see, the camera bump is a lot more raised. Cameras are much larger than some of the phones from last year, especially looking at the Note of last year or the Z Fold 2. You can tell the camera bump is a lot larger, but in my opinion, it looks really nice. Overall, it has a nice feel and weight to it. It's coming in at 220 grams. So it feels like a nice phone in your hand without being too heavy, if that makes sense. The build quality is definitely top notch. You're getting the newest Gorilla Glass, which is Gorilla Glass Victus on the front. And on the back, you're getting that glass back, also with Gorilla Glass Victus. And an aluminum frame around the phone. Now the phone can definitely still crack if you were to drop it hard enough, but it should be strong enough to sustain minor drops, or if you're using it, or if you're putting it in your pocket or purse with keys, it should be okay. Now the entire S21 series this year is IPA68 dust and water resistant, up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. This year, the S21 Ultra does support S Pen, which we'll touch on in just a little bit. Now the S21 Ultra only comes in two colors if you want to buy it from the store or your local wireless carrier, and that's Phantom Black and Phantom Silver. Decided to go with the Phantom Silver, but the Phantom Black does look really nice too. Now, Samsung does have some other color options available, but that's only if you choose to order it directly through Samsung.com. Along with the Phantom Black and Phantom Silver, you can also get Phantom Titanium, Phantom Navy, and Phantom Brown. I don't know what's up with the Phantom this year, but that seems to be what Samsung's going with. Now, it is important to know that if you choose to get this shipped to you, it will take 4 to 6 weeks for them to custom make it and get you the phone. So in phone time, that's kind of a while, but if you know you're going to be getting this phone and keeping it for a few years, it might be worth your while to do that. All right, so let's jump into the screen. Give it a little wipe off really quick. Now everyone knows how great Samsung screens are. You know, Samsung is known for their screen quality, from their awesome QLED TVs to their great tablets and computers to their phones. And the S21 Ultra is no different. The S21 Ultra is a huge example of why their screens are so amazing. Now on the S21 Ultra, you're getting a 6.8 inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a refresh rate of up to 120 Hertz. Now it's called a dynamic AMOLED display since the display can scale down to 10 Hertz and scale up to 120 Hertz depending on what you're doing with it. So if you're just reading an email or like even reading a book, then the display is going to scale down. But if you're scrolling through messages or scrolling through even your app folder, then it can speed up to 120 Hertz. And you really notice that when you're typing text messages, when you're scrolling through messages, when you're scrolling through your apps, and definitely when you're viewing content or playing games. you can see how nice it is to use that 120 hertz display when it's scaling up. Now, if you want to maximize your battery life, you can go into settings here, go into your display, and you can go into motion smoothness here. Samsung does give you the option of picking the adaptive, which is what I was talking about. It'll give you smoother animations and scrolling by automatically adjusting your screen refresh rate up to 120 hertz or as low as 10 hertz. And like I said, if you want to conserve your battery life, you can switch it to standard and it will lock your display at 60 hertz for the refresh rate. So you really notice a difference, like I said, if you've been using the 120 hertz display and then you go back down to 60, you'll really notice the difference. But if you keep it at a lock 60 and you've never really experienced 120 hertz, may not bother you. So that's up to you to decide. I definitely have kept mine at the adaptive. Now, the display is definitely made for viewing content. That is the main reason it's great to have this nice 6.8 inch display, is viewing content or playing games. You can really see the display quality up front. This display is awesome. Samsung has not totally flattened the display. You still get a little bit of curvage, but if you weren't a fan of the curved display that they've had on the previous Galaxy models, you'll definitely like this one a lot better because it is a lot closer to flat and it just does a great job at letting you view that entire screen. Also, when you're gaming or watching content, you can really see how nice it is to have the display scale up to 120 hertz. It just looks really smooth. You're not seeing any jitters or any lag. Really comparable to watching your TV at home. One of the main reasons you'd want to upgrade is going to be this nice 6.8 inch display that's capable of 120 hertz refresh rate. All right, so now the processor and battery. Now, Samsung Galaxy devices are some of the fastest in the industry, and the S21 is really packing some power. Now, it's running Android 11 with the Samsung One UI 3 overlay. And this year, Samsung has really done a great job with the One UI. I think it works really, really well. And it does a good job at not slowing up the phone or giving you any, extra stuff that you don't really need. It fits with the phone. They're offering you a lot more widgets now that you can get to customize your phone the way you want. And a lot of these just go so well with making the phone work even better. Get your phone optimized to run at 100% just by clicking on the widget, opening it up, and then it'll clean it up for you. From there, you can check your battery usage, what apps are running that might be draining your battery. You can put it in a power saving mode right there. You can go into your storage right there and you can see how much storage you're using, which you can clean up and delete some file folders if you want. So Samsung has just done a really, really good job with implementing One UI and making it run nicely alongside Android 11. The S21 Ultra uses a Snapdragon 888 processor with 12 gigs of RAM, which is fast enough for you to run any program or throw any kind of game or really anything at it. And everything I throw at the S21 has worked amazing, not to mention having multiple windows open and multiple programs running at the same time and it not slowing up at all. Now, unfortunately, Samsung has gotten rid of the SD card slot, so you need to be very careful when you're deciding what storage option you want to go with on the S21. You can get it in 128 gigs, which I got here, 256 or 512. But I mean, I haven't even put that much on this phone, and my 128 is almost filled up. So I find myself transferring a lot of stuff to my computer, using Dex or even using Microsoft OneDrive, or just sending stuff to my tablets and other Samsung devices. But if this was my only device, I would definitely go with at least a 256 because the 128 fills up pretty fast. Again, you have 128, 256, or 512. Now the S21 Ultra is packing a beastly 5000 milliamp battery, which is capable of 25 watt fast charging. Now that is kind of a letdown. That is only making it capable of charging at up to 25 watt when they have a 45 watt charger available, 45 watt super fast charger available that the last Note was able to work with. So that is kind of a letdown, but for now we'll have to settle with 25 watt fast charging, which is still pretty good. I think for a full charge, it took me like 2.5 hours to charge this with a 25 watt fast charger. Now, I'm sure you all have also heard, or if you saw our unboxing video for the S21 Ultra, there is no wall charger included. You only get the USB Type-C cable. So you have to plug it into your computer or any kind of USB outlet you have. Otherwise, you'll have to buy a fast charger, regular wall charger, or wireless charger. That being said, that's definitely a letdown that for the price of the S21 Ultra, you don't get a wall charger. So just keep that in mind when selecting your phone. You might want to pick up a USB Type-C wall charger if you don't have one. All right, so perhaps the biggest improvement to this year's S21 Ultra has been to the camera system. And Samsung has made notable improvements to the zoom and the autofocus. So this year you have a 4 camera setup featuring a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera on the top, a 108 megapixel wide angle camera in the middle, a 10 megapixel telephoto camera on the bottom with a 35-degree field of view, and another 10 megapixel camera on the side with a 10-degree field of view. And then right here you have your laser autofocus that's used to enhance the autofocus performance in close range and low lit environments. On the front you have a 40 megapixel camera, which will get you really high quality selfies. And the front camera will also record in 4K video at 30 or 60 frames per second. Now the back cameras are capable of recording up to 8K at 24 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. Now we're working on a full camera review video since there are so many options that Samsung gives you this year in the camera user interface. So we want to go through all that in detail. But for right now, just looking at some of the pictures that the camera has taken, the camera is awesome. You get some really, really nice pictures, really natural looking pictures on the camera. Super high quality, really vivid pictures and video. And the camera is one of the biggest reasons you'd want to upgrade to the S21 Ultra. So like I said, we will do a full review on the camera and all the features. That'll be coming up soon. But for right now, just know that the camera is absolutely amazing. One of, if not the highest quality camera you can get on a phone right now. Really quickly, we want to go through some of the cool stuff the S21 does well. The first thing is definitely going to be the larger and more responsive under-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. So if you notice this, it is much larger than last year's S20. It seems like they've raised it a little bit higher and they've made it a lot bigger so it can detect your finger really, really quick. So just from the start, just logging in, one touch, boom, right in the phone. I mean, that's like, I don't know how many milliseconds, but it's less than one. Boom, right in the phone. That also works really, really good if you are, logging into any of your bank accounts, any of your important places. If you're logging into any of your accounts, securely set them up and use them with the fingerprint reader, and know with confidence that it will let you in quickly and no one else. Boom, right into one of my Affirm accounts. Let's just show you, for example. So let's say someone was trying to log into one of my accounts that I have. This is for Affirm Store. I'll show you again. Look how quickly it lets me in. Boom, I'm right in. Now let's see if an imposter tries to get into my stuff, tries to wield my phone and make some purchases. Look at that. Here, put it straight on. All right, look at that. Oop, too many attempts. Try later. So it just denied her multiple times, couldn't get in, and now it will ask me to use my PIN. So if someone tries to attempt with the finger too many times, you can use your face recognition as a backup. And just getting into that, look how quick the face recognition works. So right from my lock screen, I can use my finger. I can just swipe like that just to enter my PIN, or I can use the face unlock. So I'll show you how quick it logs me in. Just like that, I'm in. Now, you can set up your phone to let you straight into the phone, or if you're like me and love the video wallpapers, you can let it unlock, which it's unlocked now, but it won't actually go into the phone until I open it like that. Because sometimes I just want to watch my video screensaver a little bit more. But really quick face unlock just like that. So it does those very, very well. Quicker face unlock, super secure, and really, really fast ultrasonic in-screen fingerprint sensor and unlocked. It also does 5G ultra wideband. If you haven't used 5G before, we've done a bunch of speed tests for T-Mobile and AT&T, so you might want to check those out. 5G is definitely going to vary depending on where you live. The last thing that I want to talk about that makes the S21 Ultra so cool this year, it actually has S Pen support. If you have an S Pen laying around from a previous Galaxy Note, or you can really pick one up for cheap, it works. It'll work with it. So here's like an old one. I don't know. This is like maybe from a Note 9, I think, or 8, something like that. I can go in, see it right on the screen. You can even go into your Samsung or S Notes, and you'll see that the air command actually still works. You can use that. The Samsung Bluetooth S Pen is not available for this now. It only uses the standard S Pens, which means you can't do any air gestures like that, or like move it, with a pointer. Writing down notes, drawing or whatnot, it works really well. And like I said, whether you have an S Pen from an old Note or even from like Samsung tablet, it works really well. Really cool, really responsive. Now Samsung is going to release, I think an S Pen Pro is what it's called, to give you those Bluetooth features back. But if you don't have an S Pen, it will cost you $39 to buy the newest S Pen for the S21 Ultra. And compared to the smaller S Pens that came with the Note previously, the newer S Pen is a lot larger, so it will feel a lot more like a pen. But whether you want to spend $39 on an S Pen, that's up to you. I personally love the Note series and like being able to draw notes on the phone. For me, it'd be worth it. Samsung did not include a space for you to put your pen in the phone. So unless you buy one of the only 2 cases available from Samsung that will house the S Pen, you're gonna have to carry it with you. So yeah, good luck with that. That is the only drawback, that you will have to bring your S Pen with you, or if you can locate one of the Samsung S Pen cases which have been on back order for a little bit. You'll have to do that if you want to get the S Pen with it and have somewhere to put it. But it is really cool that Samsung is allowing S Pen support on Galaxy S21 Ultra. You can't use it with the S21 Plus or the S21, only with the Ultra, but it is nice that they're giving you that option right now. So other than that, we will make some follow-up videos to deep dive into the camera and some of the other cool features on the S21 Ultra. Just wanted to give an overall review of the phone. So far, I like it. I'm someone that upgrades my phone every 6 months. Every time there's a new one, but I'm crazy like that. But if you have an S20 from last year, if you're just looking to upgrade right now, the S21 Ultra is a definite improvement from last year. It's not going to be the huge knock your socks off improvement that we think we're going to get every year, but you definitely have huge improvement to the camera, the fingerprint sensor, face unlock login, and just the overall refresh rate and just smoothness of the phone. It works great with Android 11 and One UI 3.0, and you will feel like you have a new phone with it. So I am enjoying using it. We'll give it 4 stars so far for the review. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. So thanks everybody so much for joining us for this video. We really appreciate you questing with us. Do us a favor and like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can help us grow and so you don't miss any of our future videos. We're still doing our contests for $20 Best Buy gift card. All you have to do is be a subscriber and like the video. Thanks again everybody for questing us. We really appreciate you. Everybody take care, have a great rest of the day, and never stop questing. Peace.